Morning students. That I will continue the topic ionic equilibrium, dissociation constant of weak acid and weak base. Dissociation constant or ionization constant also we call it is. So dissociation means split. Any compound can split into as ions, then we call it is dissociation. Okay? Dissociation or ionization. So remember this. For weak acid and weak base, dissociation constant. Okay, let's see. Dissociation constant or ionization constant. Both are same. Dissociation or ionization constant. It is also called as equilibrium constant. It is also called as equilibrium constant. So weak acid and weak bases are weak electrolytes. Weak acid and weak base called as weak electrolytes. So we already discussed about electrolyte. Okay. So weak electrolyte means not completely ionized. In aqueous medium, not completely ionized, not 100% ionized, then we call it is weak electrolyte. Give me some example for it. If it is completely ionized, then we call it is strong electrolyte. Okay, so not completely ionized, not completely dissociated, so not completely dissociated. Okay, so for example, acetic acid. What is the formula for acetic acid? CH3COOH, acetic acid. It is a weak acid, you know. So weak acid. It is a weak acid. Am I right? So that means not completely ionized. Okay. So ammonium hydroxide. What is the formula for ammonium hydroxide? NH4OH. It is a weak base, am I right? That means not completely ionized. Now these two are weak electrolytes. Is it clear? These two are weak electrolytes. So now the concept is dissociation constant of weak electrolytes and weak base. Before going to discuss that, here we will discuss about these topics. Okay, dissociation constant or ionization constant, both are same. It is also called as equilibrium constant. You know how to write equilibrium constant, Kc? That is molar concentration of product by molar concentration of reactants, and the stoichiometric coefficients as power. Am I right? That is law of mass action, you know very well. Okay, and weak acid and weak base means in this we call it as weak electrolytes. So weak electrolyte means not completely ionized in aqueous medium. Okay, not completely dissociated in aqueous medium. So in aqueous medium means we follow this Arrhenius concept, you know. Arrhenius concept. Why? Because we introduced aqueous medium. Arrhenius concept. Is it clear, ma? Next, so dissociation constant of weak acid. Okay, so let Ha is a weak acid, am I right? Ha is a weak acid or weak electrolyte. That is, it is a weak electrolyte. Weak electrolyte, am I right? So now Ha undergoes dissociation in aqueous medium, that means we keep in water, then it gives H plus and A minus, am I right? H plus and A minus. It is a weak acid. Weak acid. It undergoes dissociation in aqueous medium that we keep in water, then it dissociate as ions H plus and A minus. Okay, so that is weak acid Ha undergoes dissociation as H plus and A minus. Is it clear, all of you? This is called dissociation or ionization. So now this is the equilibrium condition, you know. This one is called equilibrium condition or not. Now the system at equilibrium or not? Equilibrium. So now at equilibrium, what happened? Rate of forward reaction equals rate of backward reaction. Am I right? Now what is the equilibrium constant? Okay, this is the weak acid. Now the equilibrium constant K equilibrium is equals, that is taken as Ka, am I right? A means acid. It is the equilibrium constant of weak acid, Ka, or dissociation constant of weak acid, Ka. Remember this name. Now, how to write equilibrium constant expression for the above equilibrium? That is molar concentration of H plus into molar concentration of A minus, and what about molar concentration of reactant Ha? Is it clear? This expression is also called as law of mass action. Remember this. So now Ka or K equilibrium both are same. K is also equilibrium constant. Okay. Remember this. Now what about K? K equilibrium means it is the equilibrium constant. Equilibrium constant. What about Ka? Ka is a acid dissociation or ionization constant. Which type of acid is? Weak acid, am I right? Weak acid dissociation or ionization constant. Ka is also equilibrium constant, you know. Ka is also called as equilibrium constant at equilibrium. Okay, is it clear, all of you? Dissociation constant of weak acid, this is the expression. Now Ha is taken as weak acid. Is it clear? So let's see the example. Example, dissociation of acetic acid. So let acetic acid is a weak acid, you know. Acetic acid weak acid or not? Clearly weak acid. Weak acid. It undergoes ionization in aqueous medium. It gives CH3COO minus H plus. This is called dissociation. It is a weak acid, you know. Weak acid. Now what is the equilibrium constant? Our acid dissociation constant Ka is equals molar concentration of CH3COO minus into molar concentration of H plus and molar concentration of products CH3COOH. Am I right? So where Ka is called as acid dissociation constant and weak acid dissociation constant Ka. It is nothing but of equilibrium constant. Okay, is it clear? Is it clear for all of you? At equilibrium, rate of forward direction equals rate of backward direction. You know very well. This is for acid, okay? Ka for acid. And dissociation constant for weak base. For weak base, so that is taken as Kb. Remember this, Kb at equilibrium. At equilibrium. So let BOH is a weak base. Weak base. Now what is the ionization? BOH in aqueous medium according to Arrhenius, in aqueous or in H2O. So what it gives? B plus OH minus. According to Arrhenius, the compound which gives OH minus and then we call it is base or not base. So now it is weak base. Why? Because it gives OH minus. So it is a weak base, not completely ionized, not 100% ionized as B plus OH minus. Remember this. So now it is a weak base. Is it clear, ma? Now what is the equilibrium constant? Kb, that also taken as K equilibrium. K equilibrium, Kb both are equilibrium constant. Kb is nothing but a equilibrium constant for weak base. It is a dissociation constant. It is a ionization constant. Is it clear? So now Kb is equals molar concentration of products. What are products here? B plus into molar concentration of OH minus. Yes, stoichiometric coefficients are 1, you know. So 1, 1. Don't forget that. And molar concentration of reactants BOH. What is the stoichiometric coefficient? 1. No need to write because it is 1, you know. So this is expression for Kb. So where K equilibrium is, it is equilibrium constant. Equilibrium constant clearly. Am I right? What about Kb? What about Kb? It is a dissociation or ionization constant of weak base. Am I right? Same expression like as Kc, where Kc is molecular equilibrium constant, here it is ionic equilibrium constant, simple. That is dissociation constant of weak base. Okay, so let's see the example regarding this. Example, ammonium hydroxide. Ammonium hydroxide. What is the name of the compound? Ammonium hydroxide. Is it clear? It is a weak base or weak electrolyte, am I right? That means not completely ionized. So now the ionization takes place as in aqueous medium according to Arrhenius. Is it okay? Now what are the ions that are produced here? Ammonium ion and hydroxyl ion. So the compound gives OH minus ion, so it is called as Arrhenius base. So now it is a weak base, weak base. It produces OH minus ion, so we call it is a base also. Okay. Now write equilibrium constant expression Kb. That is equals K equilibrium, am I right? That is equals molar concentration of NH4 plus into molar concentration of OH minus divides with molar concentration of ammonium hydroxide, am I right? Coefficients are 1, 1. Okay, number of moles. 1 mole, 1 mole, 1 mole. Am I right? If it is 2, then here we write 2 as stoichiometric coefficient, don't forget that. Okay, so now where Kb means, where base dissociation constant. That which type of base? Weak base dissociation constant at equilibrium, am I right? So now you have an idea about what is Ka, Kb. They are simply dissociation constants of weak acid and weak base. Okay, is it clear, ma? Can I rough this? So very, very important note, equilibrium constant Kc or K equilibrium or Ka acid dissociation constant or Kb values depends on temperature. Very, very important. Temperature. Okay, that means Kc, K equilibrium or Ka or Kb is directly proportional to temperature. That means temperature is increases, these values also increases. If temperature is decreases, these values also decreases. Okay, so only otherwise except if temperature is constant, if T is constant, Kc, K equilibrium, Ka or Kb are constants, no change in their value. Remember this point. Why? Because these values only depends on temperature. Okay, is it clear? If temperature is constant, these values are also constant. There is no change in equilibrium constants like Kc, K equilibrium, Ka, Kb. Remember this point, very very important. Constant. If you can change the temperature, automatically these values also changes. Okay? Is that clear, all of you? So we already discussed about this one. Kc is a fixed value, it is a constant, it doesn't change. If you can change the temperature, then it changes. Okay? So the next important concept in ionic equilibrium, ionic product of water. Ionic product of water. Ionic product of water, it is denotes with Kw. W means water, Kw. It is also a equilibrium constant, but for water it is Kw. Okay, remember this. And also we call it is autoprotolysis of water, and also we call it is self ionization or dissociation of water. All are same. Okay, so you know very well water is a weak electrolyte. Water is a weak electrolyte. That means water act as a amphoteric, we already discussed amphoteric in nature, am I right? Amphoteric in nature means it act as, that is, water act as acid and also base. H2O is a weak acid. H2O is a weak acid. H2O is a weak base. Why? Because it acts as acid and base. Remember this. H2O is a weak acid and also H2O is a weak base. So why it is like this? That phenomena we already discussed in the previous classes. Okay? Why? Because H plus ion concentration 10 power minus 7. Here also OH minus ion concentration 10 power minus 7 for water. Okay? So simply remember H2O is a weak electrolyte. That means it acts as a weak acid and also weak base. So now ionic product of water Kw, where Kw means nothing but of equilibrium constant for water. Okay? So autoprotolysis of water, that I will explain. So autoprotolysis or self ionization of water. Okay? So let's see ionic product of water. H2O undergoes ionization. What it gives? H plus, and here it is a weak electrolyte, weak electrolyte. H plus OH minus. So now this is considered as 1. Okay, is it clear? Now one more expression for this. H2O is treated with H2O. It gives, suppose it is acid and base. Now this is weak acid. Now it is weak base, am I right? Now acid donate the proton or not? Donate the proton to base. Then what are the ions present here? Now it becomes H3O plus, and what are the ions present in water? H plus and OH minus. What are the ions present in H2O? H plus and OH minus, am I right? H plus and OH minus. Now it lose the H plus, what is the remaining here? OH minus. OH minus. Is it clear? Here it is H3O plus. We call it is hydronium ion. Hydronium ion. Generally the available water is in this form, not H2O, okay? In the form of H3O plus. We call it is hydronium ion. Drinking water is in this form, H3O plus. So remember this, not H3O plus also as H plus, both are same. H3O plus represents H plus ion. H3O plus or H plus both are same. So if at any case H3O plus, then we can write as H plus, hydronium ion. That means it gives H plus very easily. Okay, remember this, H3O plus or H plus both are same. There is no difference. Remember this. Okay. So now here water undergoes ionization, Now it is at equilibrium. That means rate of forward reaction is equals rate of backward. All are at equilibrium or not? So here the water molecules undergoes self ionization. So now what are the equilibrium constants? Suppose here equilibrium constant is taken as K for the first expression. K. Okay. Equilibrium constant it is. So now molar concentration of H plus, molar concentration of OH minus, am I right? And molar concentration of H2O, am I right? Where H2O is a liquid, am I right? Not a vapor. H2O is a liquid, remember this. That means it is a pure liquid. Since it is a H2O is a pure liquid. It is a pure liquid, remember this. Okay? So H2O is a liquid, am I right? For pure liquids, their molar concentration that is molar concentration means the representation in square bracket here is taken as constant, constant. Suppose that is taken as K dash here, K dash constant. It is a constant value or unity that is 1. That is 1. Am I right? So now this value becomes constant. That means K is equals molar concentration of H plus, molar concentration of OH minus, that is constant K dash. Now from this one, K into K dash equals molar concentration of H plus into molar concentration of OH minus, am I right? Is it clear? So now it is written as Kw, that is molar concentration of H plus into molar concentration of OH minus, where K into K dash equals Kw, am I right? K, so here it is K equals to what is K equilibrium also, K means equilibrium constant, where K into K dash equals Kw, am I right? Kw, is it clear? Therefore Kw is equals to molar concentration of H plus into OH minus. So it can also written as molar concentration of H3O plus OH minus also. Why? Since H plus ion concentration is also write as H3O plus. We already discussed there. Am I right? So both are same. So where Kw means it is a equilibrium constant. Okay, it is a constant. It is a constant at constant temperature. At constant temperature, if T increases, K is also increases. If T decreases, Kw is also decreases. Remember this. But at constant temperature, it is constant. Otherwise, there is no changes in Kw. Where Kw is called as ionic product of water. Kw means ionic product of water. Am I right? At 12 25 degrees Celsius or 298 Kelvin. 25 degrees Celsius mean in Kelvins, how much it value? So it is clearly 298 Kelvin, you know, 298 Kelvin. So molar concentration of H plus is equals 10 power minus 7 molar, or what are the units? Molarity or mole per liter. Capital M is mole per liter, and molar concentration of OH minus equals 10 power minus 7 also, or mole per liter. These are the units, capital M or mole per liters. For pure water, so it is an experimental value, should need to remember. Okay, at 25 degrees Celsius, molar concentration of H plus and molar concentration of OH minus are equal. Am I right? Is it clear? Molar concentration of H plus is equals to molar concentration of OH minus, that is 10 power minus 7 mole or mole per liter. Both are equal or not? Both are equal. Am I right? KW. Okay. So that is called ionic product of water. Am I right? Is it clear, all of you? So now the definition for ionic product of water. Definition for Kw. Okay. So what is Kw? Kw is equals to molar concentration of H plus molar concentration of OH minus. Am I right? This is the production or not product? Product of H plus and OH minus. Okay. Now the definition. The product of molar concentration of H plus and OH minus at equilibrium in a pure water at given temperature is called ionic product of water. Ionic product of water. It is denoted with Kw. Remember this. Okay. Is it clear, ma? The definition for pure water means it is a neutral. Pure water is a neutral. Neutral means H plus ion concentration equals to OH minus ion concentration. Experimentally, what is the H plus ion concentration? Where H plus ion concentration is equals 10 power minus 7 molar. And what about OH minus ion concentration? It is also 10 power minus 7 molar. Am I right? Is it clear, all of you? Next, come to the value of Kw. Value of Kw at 25 degrees Celsius or 298 Kelvin. 298 Kelvin. So, what is the expression? Kw is equals, what is the molar concentration of H plus? 10 power minus 7, am I right? 10 power minus 7 into 10 power minus 7. So m into m, you know, units. Now it is 10 power minus 4. Bases are equal, power should be added. So 10 power minus 14 it is clearly. So m into m, how much? M square, am I right? Kw equals to how much? 10 power minus 14. 10 power minus 14 m square, or Kw is equals to 10 power minus 14 mole per liter whole square also, am I right? By m equals to how much? Mole per liter. So now m square means mole per liter whole square. Okay, is it clear? So can also write as experimentally 1 into 10 power minus 14 mole per liter whole square. So 1 into 10 power minus 14 means it's become 10 power minus 14. Remember this. Sometimes we have like this in the problems also, 1.0 into 10 power minus 14. Now tell me what is the ionic product of water, that is pure water. Kw equals to how much? 10 power minus 14 moles per liter whole square or m square. Am I right? This is the value at 25 degrees Celsius. Is it clear? It is the experimental value. It's clear, ma, all of you? Now autoprotolysis of water. What is the definition for autoprotolysis? The self-ionization or dissociation of water is called autoprotolysis. Example, H2O plus H2O. Okay, so here it is act as acid, now it act as base. Now donate one H plus to the base, then it becomes OH minus and H3O plus. Self-ionization. Okay, so this water, both are water, then it undergoes self-ionization like OH minus H3O plus. That phenomena is called autoprotolysis. Protolysis means it donate H plus. Protolysis, by donation of H plus it undergoes ionization. That is autoprotolysis, automatically takes place. Okay, this phenomena is called as autoprotolysis or self-ionization also. Self-ionization of water. Am I right? So now Kw is also called as ionic product of water. Am I right? That means it is also equilibrium constant. Am I right? Equilibrium constant also we call it is ionic product or equilibrium constant. Okay, now at constant temperature, Kw is also constant, no change. That means Kw is depends on temperature or not? Temperature. Okay, if temperature is increases, Kw value is also increases. If temperature is decreases, Kw value is also decreases. At constant temperature there is no change in the Kw value. Remember this. So equilibrium constant is a constant, it never changes by changing the volume or pressure or concentration. But when it is undergoes changes, so the changes are takes place only when temperature is changed in the equilibrium, then Kw is also changes. Now what is the effect of Kw or ionic product of water with respect to temperature? That is the next point. Is it clear, all of you? Are you following or not? Clear? Listen carefully. Now my question is, what is the effect of temperature on ionic product of water, that is Kw. Am I right? Kw. So ionic product of water means when we observe this by the self ionization of water, am I right? H plus OH minus, am I right? This is Kw, the equilibrium constant is taken as, that is Kw equals molar concentration of H plus molar concentration of OH minus. What is the Kw value at 25 degrees Celsius or 298 Kelvin? What is the Kw value? Kw equals 1 into 10 power minus 14 m square or mole per liter whole square, am I right? Now, if temperature is increases, water in a bowl, okay, in water some strong bonds are exist, in between water molecule in a bowl. If you start heating, then what happen? The water try to boil or not? Boiling means more number of water molecules undergoes ionization. More number of molecules undergoes ionization, am I right? That means temperature is increases, more number of molecules undergoes dissociation. Remember this point. If we increase the temperature, more number of water molecules undergoes dissociation, am I right? Undergoes dissociation. Okay, so more number of moles undergoes dissociation means more H plus more OH minus are formed or not. That means Kw equals molar concentration of H plus molar concentration of OH minus. Kw is directly proportional to here. Kw is directly proportional to molar concentration of H plus and also molar concentration of OH minus. If more number of molecules are formed H plus OH minus, that means Kw value is higher, not? Kw value is high. So if the concentration is high, so how it is high? By the increasing the temperature, that is Kw is also increases. So now what is the answer for? What is the effect of temperature on ionic product of water? So by increase the answer for this, by increase the temperature, Kw also increases, directly proportional relation. Why? Because more molecules are undergoes ionization. Okay, then automatically Kw value also become very high. So temperature is high, Kw is also high. So when concentrations are changes, by increase the temperature, otherwise there is no change in the concentrations of H plus and OH minus. Okay, is it clear in all of you? So by increase the temperature, Kw value is also increases. Why? Because more number of water molecules are undergoes dissociation or ionization. Is it clear in all of you? So this is about ionic product of water. Okay, the molar concentration of H plus, and OH minus ion at 28 degrees Celsius in a pure water at given temperature is called as ionic product of water. It denotes with Kw. It is nothing but of equilibrium constant Kw, like Kc, Ka, Kb. Okay, finally, now how many equilibrium constants here we have? Kc is equilibrium constant and also Kp, it is also equilibrium constant. Ka is also equilibrium constant, Kb is also equilibrium constant, and Kw are the constant values, are constants only. There is no change. So when their values are changes, but constants only, at constant at constant temperature. But if we change the temperature Kc, Kp, Ka, Kb and Kw also change. Okay, is it clear? Remember this very important point. If temperature is constant, is there any change in the Kc, Kp, Ka, Kw? No. Where Kw is ionic product of water, Kb means dissociation constant of weak base, Ka means dissociation constant of weak acid, Kb means partial pressure of equilibrium constant at partial pressure, where Kc means equilibrium constant at molar concentrations. Okay, remember these things. So these are only changes with respect to temperature only, otherwise there is no change in their values, it is clearly constant. Remember that. Okay. The next very important concept, except that is Ostwald's dilution. Ostwald dilution law for weak acids and weak base. Ostwald dilution. Dilution means more quantity of water is added, solvent is added. Dilution. Diluted or dilution means it is a glass vessel. Now we have solvent. It is a solvent. Simply that solvent is suppose water. Okay. Now keep. Suppose the volume of the solvent is V is equals 50 ml. Suppose. What is the volume? 50 ml. Is it clear? Now add sugar or glucose. Now we add glucose, that is glucose is here solute, taken as solute. Now it is a glucose solution, am I right? Glucose in water, glucose solution, am I right? Glucose solution. Solution means it is solute plus solvent. Okay. Now in 50 ml we add 50 grams of glucose. Am I right? Am I right? Now if you can taste this glucose solution is very sweet, very sweet in taste. Am I right? Now glucose solution is very tasty. Why? Because it is 50 grams, it is also 50. Okay. Now if we add more quantity of water, more water is added, that is solvent, more water is added. Am I right? That is called diluted. Addition of water is called as diluted or dilution. Okay. So if more quantity of water added, then what happened? Volume of the solution is increased. So now the volume is 100 ml. Now what is the taste of glucose solution here? It is increases or decreases? That means more sweetness or less sweetness? Clearly the sweetness is decreases by adding more quantity of water. Am I right? Okay. That means here sweetness means concentration. Remember this, concentration. In the first case at 50 ml, the sweetness is high. That means concentration is high. But in the second case, more quantity of water is added, that it undergoes diluted. Okay, or dilution. That means volume is increases. Then volume is increases. What happened? The sweet is decreases. Am I right? Sweetness. That means concentration decreases or not? Concentration decreases. Sweetness means your concentration. Remember this. So finally, dilution means addition of more solvent. addition of more solvent to the solution is called dilution. Remember this. So then what are the points we observed in this case? So dilution is high, then volume is high, then concentration is decreases. Am I right? Dilution is high, volume is high, concentration is decreases, that means sweetness is decreases or not. This point is very, very important. Remember this. So this is just about dilution. Now Ostwald dilution law for weak acid and weak base. Okay. Let's see. Let HA is a weak acid. Let HA is a weak acid. Okay, is it clear? Now it is undergoes dissociation. How it undergoes dissociation? H plus and A minus, am I right? H plus and A minus. It is a weak acid. Weak acid, am I right? It is a weak acid. Now for weak acid, what is the equilibrium constant? Ka. Acid dissociation constant or equilibrium constant. Am I right? Now initial concentration or initial moles of HA at T is equals to 0 seconds. That means at T is equals to 0 seconds means there is no reaction. Just here we take an only HA only, there is no dissociation. Initially there is no dissociation at T is equals to 0 seconds. That means there is no reaction. Just the reaction is going to be start. Okay? Is it clear? Initially at T is equals to 0 seconds means there is no product. So now at T is equals to 0 seconds, the number of moles of HA is 1 mole. How many moles? Moles, here HA moles how much? 1 mole. 1 mole. What it is? Number of moles of HA means initial 1 mole. Okay. Now at T is equals to 0, is there any product? No product. So 0 moles, 0 moles. And after some times the reaction attain at equilibrium. That means equilibrium is established. So the reaction try to at equilibrium. In the case of at equilibrium time, equilibrium moles are just taken as 1 minus alpha. That means now total moles are 1 mole. It is a weak acid. Weak acid, am I right? Now 1 mole not completely ionized. Suppose here we take 10 molecules. Out of 10 only 3 molecules are only dissociated like H plus A minus. Why? Because it is a weak acid, not a strong acid. It is a weak electrolyte, not completely ionized. Okay, that we represents with the degree of dissociation. That means how much molecules are or how many molecules are undergoes dissociation or ionization. That represents with the degree of dissociation. Degree of dissociation. So degree of dissociation here. Degree of dissociation is alpha. How many molecules are undergoes dissociation? Suppose alpha. Now out of 1, how many molecules are undergoes dissociation? That means how many molecules are shifted as product? Alpha molecules. Okay. So now what are the remaining molecules? Initially 1 alpha molecules are undergoes dissociation. Then the remaining molecules at equilibrium 1 minus mole. Remaining molecules. Remains moles at equilibrium. So alpha molecules are undergoes as a product. Okay. Now how many molecules are undergoes product? Alpha. Now what is the coefficient here? 1 1. So now multiply with this coefficient into alpha. 1 into alpha, alpha. So 1 into alpha, alpha. That means 1 mole of HA gives 1 mole of alpha, 1 mole of A minus. Am I right? Here alpha moles are decreases from HA. Now how many moles are formed in the product? Alpha, alpha. Is it clear, ma? Now remaining moles at equilibrium for HA, 1 minus alpha, remaining moles. Now how much decreases? Such amount is developed in product cell, am I right? Is it clear or not? Initially 1 mole, 0, 0, there is no product. After at equilibrium, alpha moles are undergoes dissociation. Now what is the product? Alpha. Now remaining moles at equilibrium at reactant side 1 minus alpha. Okay. Now these are the number of moles. Now what are the number of moles of A minus at equilibrium? Alpha. Number of moles of H plus at equilibrium? Alpha. Number of moles HA at equilibrium 1 minus alpha, remaining moles. Okay. Now you know very well about concentration. Concentration C is equals N by V. Remember this. Number of moles per unit volume is called as concentration. Where N is equals to moles. V means volume. Volume of solution or container. Let V is the container. Okay. Here we have number of moles 1 minus alpha. Am I right? Now volume of the container is taken as V. Okay. Now concentration at equilibrium. At equilibrium concentration means number of moles 1 minus alpha divides with V. So 1 minus alpha upon V. Am I right? Here it is also alpha by V. Now it is also alpha by V. Am I right? Now number of moles divides with volume, then it becomes concentration. Now alpha upon V, 1 minus alpha upon V. Am I right? Now these are concentration terms. Now what are the equilibrium concentrations? Now molar concentration of A minus how much? Alpha by V. Now molar concentration of H plus alpha by V. Now molar concentration of HA is 1 minus alpha. Is it clear, everyone? Now write the Ka expression for this. Ka is equals molar concentration of H plus, am I right? And molar concentration of A minus molar concentration of HA. Is it clear, ma? Molar concentration of HA. Is it clear, all of you? Are you following or not? So Kc expression just like where A means acid, weak acid. So it is a weak acid dissociation constant. We already discussed. Okay. So it is nothing but of equilibrium constant. Okay. Remember this. Now tell me molar concentration of H plus alpha by V. Now this is the concentration terms. Why? Because number of moles divides with volume. Is it clear? So now Ka is equals H plus alpha by V into for A minus how much? Alpha by V. And what about molar concentration of HA? 1 minus alpha by V. Is it clear? So 1 minus alpha by V. Is it clear, ma, all of you? So from this we have alpha square by V square 1 minus alpha by V. From this one alpha square by V square into it undergoes reciprocal V by 1 minus alpha, am I right? So cancel here V and V. Then what is the remaining term? Alpha square by 1 minus alpha into V, am I right? So finally for weak acid, acid dissociation constant Ka is equals alpha square by 1 minus alpha into V, am I right? Ka is equals to alpha square by 1 minus alpha into V, am I right? Where V means volume of the container, alpha means degree of dissociation. Already we discussed about that topic. Where Ka is acid dissociation constant, am I right? So now can I rub this one? Now finally, Ka is equals alpha square by 1 minus alpha into V. Am I right? But C is equals to how much ma? N by V. Am I right? Suppose N is equals to 1. Am I right? Initially how many moles are we taken? For weak acid 1 mole. So N is equals to 1 mole initially. Now C is equals to how much? 1 by V. 1 by V. Am I right? So now from this Ka is equals to alpha square by 1 minus alpha into 1 by V. Am I right? Can I write like this? V. 1 by V. So now 1 by, what is the value of 1 by V? It is C clearly. That means concentration. So volume concentration relation is inversely proportional. Remember this. If concentration is high, volume is decreases. Okay? If volume is high, concentration is decreases. Inversely proportional. Very, very important. Remember this. Already we discussed. Okay? So now for 1 by V we have to write Ka is equals C into alpha square by 1 minus alpha. Am I right? Now acid dissociation constant for weak acid C alpha square by 1 minus alpha. Am I right? Okay, is it clear? Now what about alpha here? Where alpha equals degree of dissociation we call it is, or degree of ionization, or degree of utilization also. That means how many molecules are undergoes utilization. Where what about Ka? It is nothing but an equilibrium constant for weak acid. So we call it is dissociation constant for weak acid. Dissociation constant for weak acid, where C means concentration. Am I right? C means concentration. C means concentration. Am I right? Is it clear? So finally Ka equals C alpha square by 1 minus alpha. But here what type of acid we taken initially? It is a weak acid. Am I right? Weak acid. So remember that for weak acid For weak acid, 1 minus alpha is negligible. That is nearly taken as 1. 1 minus alpha is taken as 1. Why? Because alpha is much less than 0.05. Okay. So that means alpha value is less than 1. Okay. Very, very less for weak acid. Why? Because it is not completely ionized, you know. That is weak acid. So here alpha is degree of dissociation. For weak acid, degree of dissociation is very, very less. That means less number of molecules undergoes ionization or dissociation. So 1 minus alpha is taken as 1, where alpha is negligible. Remember this. So now Ka is equals C alpha square for weak acid. Remember this. For weak acid, what is the relation between Ka and alpha? Ka equals C alpha square. Suppose in the problem he given for weak acid, he mentioned weak acid, directly we take the relation Ka equals C alpha square. That's enough. Okay, is it clear? So now from this one, what about alpha square? Alpha square is equals Ka by C. Am I right? Is it clear? Now from this one, alpha equals to how much? Square root of Ka by C. Am I right? Ka by C. Am I right? Is it clear? From this one, this is a very, very important. Alpha equals square root of Ka by C. So now alpha equals, from this one, alpha equals square root of Ka by or into 1 by square root of C. Can I write like this? It is a constant, you know. Alpha equals, clearly it is constant. Constant into 1 by. Now alpha is inversely proportional to square root of C. Am I right? Now degree of dissociation is inversely proportional to square root of concentration. Am I right? Which relation? Inversely proportional relation. That means alpha is high, C is decreases. Am I right? Concentration is decreases. Very, very important. And what about the relation with volume? This relation is very, very important for the calculation purpose. Okay. Now comparing this equation, alpha is equals square root of Ka by C, you know, but C is equals to how much? 1 by V, you know already. So alpha is equals root Ka into 1 by root C. Am I right? Root C. Then alpha equals square root of Ka 1 by, what is the value of C here? 1 by V, you know. So from this one, alpha equals to how much? Ka into square root of V, it undergoes reciprocal. So finally alpha equals constant, where Ka is a constant, into square root of V. So now what is the relation? Alpha is directly proportional square root of volume. Am I right? So degree of dissociation is directly proportional volume. That means dilution is high, volume is high, degree of dissociation is high. This is called Ostwald dilution. By the dilution, degree of dissociation is high. Where? What about here? Dilution is high, concentration is decreases, then alpha is high. Am I right? Why? It is inversely proportional relation. Am I right? So this phenomena is called as Ostwald dilution for weak acid. Am I right? In the next class we will discuss about Kb in the Ostwald dilution concept. Okay? Remember this formula, alpha equals square root of K by C. Very, very important. Okay students, we will meet again on tomorrow.